A change of heart starts with just one person. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today with an aching heart and hurting knees and weeping eyes for the injustice that has been inflicted upon all of us. Discrimination has raised its filthy head yet again, killing our children, our mothers, our fathers, our brothers and sisters. My heart goes out to the families of those who have been involved in horrific acts of inequality. And my prayers are with the family members that has lost their beloved ones. Giovanni Brand, may God comfort your family and strengthen their faithfulness. On March 13th, 2018, ABC News reported a 17-year-old boy by the name of Corey Johnson, 17, was attending a sleepover at his friend Kyle Bancroft's home in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, when a vicious attack occurred, resulting in the death of one and the injury of two. Others, Elaine Simmons, awoke to commotion and encountered the teenager with a knife. Upon going to check on the boys, Simon was met at the stairs by Johnson, who stabbed her multiple times. At the time, Simon's 13-year-old son, Dane Bancroft, ran towards Johnson to protect his mother, and Johnson began to stab Dane. The two were able to escape the house and run to the nearby neighbors, where they called 911. Giovanni Brand, 13, was found dead in the home, having suffered multiple stab wounds and a throat laceration. Simon and her son Dane Bancroft are currently at St. Mary's Hospital and listed in stable condition. Simon was stabbed 12 times, while Dane, her son, was stabbed 32. Must we continue to be subjugated to such hatred? Must our children continue to die in the streets and in our homes? Must we continue to allow such antiquated thought processes to dictate our society's future? No. We must fight back and regain the hearts and restore the faith in which our nation once had, and build a new foundation, not only for our children, but for our future. Giving us the necessary tools in order to restore our hearts is something that God has already given us. But it is up to you and I to prophesize the Word of God today to make a change for tomorrow. Otherwise, our existence as we know it is in more than despair. We have a chance to make a difference. That by far will outlast our life cycle and will continue for generations to come. Our time is coming to an end. Revelations is upon us, and it is time to make a stand. A stand to rid communities of oppression. A time to alleviate injustice, a time to aggrandize faith in Jesus, a time for reclamation. Revelations chapter 22, verse 12 through 16. Invitation and warning. Look, I am coming soon. My reward is with me, and I will give to each person according to what they have done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Blessed are those who wash their robes, that may have the right to the tree of life, and may go through the gates into the city. Outside are the dogs, those who practice magic arts, the sexually immoral, the murderers, the idolaters, and everyone who loves to practice falsehood. I, Jesus, have sent angels to give you this testimony. For the churches, I am the root of the offspring of David and the bright morning star. I too have been a victim of such treatment and injustice. Halloween of 1996, while attending junior high, I was in the restroom in Davenport, Oklahoma, when a gun was put to my head for being black. He wanted me to plead for my life, but instead I prayed to God. And God answered my prayers and blessed me when the offender ran away. Summer of '98, while walking by Rittner Creek Covered Bridge outside of Kings Valley, Oregon, a passing by vehicle yelled the N-word to me and deviated from their course of travel, coming directly at me. By jumping over the guardrail, I was able to escape injury. November 1999, while hunting in Black Rock, just outside of Falls City, Oregon, I was run out of the woods by white supremacists, threatening to do bodily harm. October 2004, while mending a fence on the horse pasture, a truck crossed over the center line, striking my four-wheeler. As I ran into the pasture, all I could hear behind me was parts and debris landing and a vehicle speeding off. November 2006, while walking through Dallas, Oregon, I was jumped. A short, white Chevrolet pickup truck was watching me as I walked through the intersection at the stop sign. Shortly thereafter, I heard the vehicle speed away. But a few minutes later, I was confronted by a man jumping on my back, ripping my shirt and hitting me before running off. Life is full of trials and tribulations, but we must put a stop to unhindered progressions of inequality. We must stand up for what God believes in. We must stop allowing our past experiences of trauma to dictate treatment towards others that have done nothing to us and harmed us. We must believe in the ways of Jesus. Joshua 23:14. Now I'm about to go the way of the earth. You'll know with all your heart and soul that not one of all the good promises the Lord, your God, gave you has failed. Every promise has been fulfilled. Not one has failed. We have all been a victim of inequality, of discrimination, whether it be racism, whether it's because you have a disability or you live too far in the wrong direction. But that's not the way that it should be. That's the way of theirs, not the way of God. Stand with me and let's make a change. And may the world and all the praise go to God for his mercy. And may we work within the perimeters of Jesus Christ to create a better world. Amen. And God bless. Let's make a change.